The crisp autumn air bit at your cheeks, carrying the sweet, earthy scent of fallen leaves and distant bonfires. The rumble of the tractor pulling your hay-filled wagon was a comforting, rhythmic pulse against the growing darkness. This was the highlight of the town's annual Halloween festival, the haunted Hayride. You settled back against a bale of hay, grinning at your friends, ready for a few cheap scares and a good laugh. As the tractor chugged deeper into the sprawling cornfield, the stalks towered over you like skeletal walls, rustling in the breeze. A couple of actors in cheap monster masks had already jumped out, getting a few shrieks from the front of the wagon. Standard stuff. But then, a different sound drifted from deep within the corn. It was a scream. Not the theatrical kind, but a raw, panicked wail that seemed to curdle the air. Another followed, then another, a chorus of genuine terror. You chuckled, nudging your friend. "Wow, they really upgraded the sound system this year," you whispered. Others on the hayride murmured in agreement, impressed by the realism. The screams grew closer, more desperate, accompanied by a frantic rustling that wasn't just the wind. It sounded like dozens of people running blindly through the corn, their cries for help swallowed by the night. A sense of unease began to creep over the wagon. It was a little too real. The actor driving the tractor, a man in a flannel shirt and a cheesy rubber wolfman mask, suddenly slowed the engine. He turned his head, the plastic mask looking odd in the dim lantern light. His voice, when he spoke, was strained, losing the playful, spooky tone he'd used at the start of the ride. "That's weird," he said, his voice barely a mumble. A teenager near the front called out, "Hey, great effects, man, super creepy." The driver shook his head slowly. He pulled the emergency brake, bringing the tractor to a jarring halt. The sudden silence was deafening, broken only by those chilling, distant screams. He turned to face all of you, his shoulders tense. "Folks," he said, his voice now stripped of any pretense, "listen to me. We don't have sound effects tonight. The storm last week knocked out the speaker system." A cold dread, far colder than the October night, washed over the wagon. Every eye darted towards the dark, impenetrable wall of corn. The screams had stopped. An unnatural quiet fell. A girl next to you fumbled for her phone, her hands trembling as she tried to turn on the flashlight. The screen lit up her pale, terrified face. No, that's impossible," she stammered. "You pulled out your own phone." And there on the screen was the date. It wasn't today. It was October 31st, 1989. Every single phone on the wagon showed the exact same thing. The tractor's engine sputtered one last time and died, leaving you stranded in the suffocating silence of a long-forgotten night. And from the corn, you heard a new sound, a slow, deliberate footstep drawing closer.